A Wi-Fi calling though, so you're kind of like safe on all ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay, so with that, you loaded up on 8 of the black chocobos and flew to Falcon's Nest in a fraction of the time that it would have taken you to walk. Considerably safer as well, even though most of you now have snow encrusted on your various parts of your body. You landed in Falcon's Nest, and that's where we're going to pick up. Now I'm getting cold. What the fuck? Would you turn it like just 1 degree higher?
Oh, Sherwin. All right, which way now? Can you tell me which way to Falcon's Nest?
Me too. And I can
We're here.
install the app.
No. You said I don't see any falcons, and this is definitely not a nest. This can't be Falcon's Nest.
Urban just walks away.
Sure.
Hasn't even
Erwin?
trickle.
Professor, is this Falcon's Nest or not? I'm just trying to figure out if we got to the right place.
Yeah, Kevin, it's named Falcon's Nest. It's not an actual Falcon's Nest.
I thought we were supposed to get some shiny egg at Falcon's Nest or something like that.
Well, no, after we get to Falcon's Nest, then we're headed to Ishgard. Then we need to take a ship to Redania, I believe, and then from there we need to take a boat to the east and then find the nest.
Wait, so we are going to a nest?
Eventually.
But you're saying the egg... You know what? I'm going to let this one go. I really don't think it's all so bright right now, but whatever. Gotta go a little bit further is what you're saying.
Yeah, we still have a little bit ahead of us.
I don't know why Sherwin just didn't say that.
I think that's an Ishgard.
Yes. Millie was writing that when you said go to Gridania after that, but the conversation went faster than she could scribble. Millie exists with a certain amount of real-life interface lag.
I suppose if we... Is there anything that we need to do here, Sherban?
Well, we can take a look and see if we need to resupply on anything.
Yeah, that sounds good. We can also try to sell some of the stuff we got, and then do some shopping. I know DX, you always like thumbing around these shops when we get here, right? Like looking for things. You and Millie.
Yeah, we like to, but we're actually saving our deal for when we get to Ishgard because they have the Sky Steel manufactory there.
Oh.
And that's where the machinists come from. So we want to kind of get there. However, Millie is really hot to trot for that. I'm more of a let's stop and smell the roses type of person.
Oh, there are roses around here. I'd love to smell them as well. Well, DX, you know, what's yours is mine, what's mine is yours. If you need to borrow some of this gold, I know it's not the capitalist way, but I consider you family. So anything you need, you're welcome to it.
Well, I appreciate that, Kevin, and since you brought it up, I have to say I'm a little bit concerned about you. You know,
About me?
Yeah, about you. We've only been gone from Cliffside for a little over a week now, but every day it seems like you're exhibiting some very erratic behaviors. You know, you had a nightmare when we were, camping at that one ruin, and then when we were fighting that zombie thing, it was like you channeled some sort of weird energy into your blade. You know, I just want to let you know that my parents are going to be watching out for Georgine and Paul and Eliza. And I just want you to know that if you ever need anything, you just come to me anytime. I'm always going to be there for you.
DX, I think you're the only one that would really notice, but yeah, I mean, outside of wanting to get home, I mean, I do sometimes feel this darkness inside me, like I've never felt it before, like it's pulling me away from Bob and his light. But I can't tell you what it is. I will say that sword gives me that same feeling. But for some reason, this darkness makes me feel strong, like I should lean into it a bit. And if I start going crazy, you know me, you can shoot me down where I stand. I don't want to go too crazy now, you hear?
Well, what you say makes a lot of sense. I will try not to shoot you, though, since we go way back. But, yeah, I promised Georgine that I would always look out for you, and I will continue to do so, even though we're in a different world.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much, and I promise I will get you back home, safe and sound, to your parents.
Yeah, yeah, we'll both get there. We just gotta look out for each other.
Definitely.
And immediately after your conversation ends, there's a thunder strike in the distance with a loud rumbling coming through. And
On the strike.
The thought of you saying "strike me down where I am" just rings through your ears as the sound of the thunder washes over.
Oh, it was loud.
Did Bob do that?
Oh, what? You heard that too?
Oh,
I don't know.
Weather is happening over there.
Right. Chris, you see that?
Yeah, it seemed pretty natural, I suppose. Though, I mean, very good timing, I guess.
I'm just glad we're out of that cold. All right,
You're
well,
literally still outside in the cold.
I'm just glad we're still in the cold. We should probably get out of the cold. That'd make me feel so much better. Yeah, how about we go into the city?
Yeah, I mean, Sherman, you know your way around here. I think you should probably guide us here, let us know where we need to be.
Alright. Well, if we wanted to do some quick shopping, we can take a look at the marketplace or the market area. Millie had a really good idea about restocking back up on warming potions.
How many do we have left after we use the ones on the way? We have 8 left. We need... I guess we can... Well, from here, how would we get to Ishgard?
Well, I know when we travel closer to Ishgard from here, it should not be quite as cold as it is here. So, but it's still better safe than sorry to restock on the heating potions.
Seems like a fair assessment.
Anything we should know about this city before we go on in?
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
I don't know what that is, but I'm definitely not going to sleep with extra women while I'm here, or men. That is.
Just so I can describe what you're seeing, you all dismount from your chocobos. You are at the foot of the entrance to Falcon's Nest, so you're still standing in the snow. You're outside of the city, or not the city. It's more of an outpost than anything. It's a large, well-fortified outpost at this point.
Bigger than the Convictory, right?
Much bigger than the Convictory. The Convictory is... Yeah, the Convictory is like a mouse, where this would be more like a raccoon, if you were looking for
What about compared to the Dusk Vigil?
The Dusk Vigil is huge, but that was more like spanning distance. This is...
versus density?
Right. This is more densely populated. The Dusk Vigil wasn't really meant for residential housing. This has residential housing.
Gotcha.
Think of it kind of like military base.
Right, that's what we said last time. Military base with spousal housing.
Right. It from the outside, it looks like it was originally built not to be for that purpose. It was repurposed at some point. So like the original building of it, the stone foundation of it, it was very clearly meant to be a military outpost, not necessarily where family would live, but you see that there's new construction on top of it, and it's very clearly new construction. It's not like it clashes, it still looks good, but it's very clearly built on top of what was there. And where you're standing right now, you are at the foot of a switchback stairway that goes up. It looks like quite a bit of... The stairs go on both sides. So up like this, and then once again out to lead into the outpost. So it has a view of Kurthis from an elevated position.
So it's just basically like there's stairs and then everything is on that same elevation, or is it tiered?
There are tiers on top of that, but from where you are, it's kind of hard to tell that.
Gotcha.
You'll notice that more once you climb up. But
Or when we were flying in.
right, you would have seen that when you were flying. Yes. Now where you are, just by the length of the two upper flights of stairs. This looks like it's buried in snow about halfway up the staircase that was here. So before all the ice and the snow came, this was a lower elevate. The point where you're standing was lower in elevation. But you can enter Falcon's Nest.
This is directed at Kevin.
We watch our poo.
Kevin is so much
Something
better with
poo.
the facial
Watch,
expressions, John.
watch for something poo. I'll be watching for that poo. Oh, poo. Falcon poo. I gotcha. Yeah. I mean, everyone, that's a good thing. Millie says, watch out for Falcon poo. I'm sure there's lots of poo in this nest.
Okay. Do you, as soon as you step away from your chocobos and you make your way towards the stairs, they all take flight and head back in the direction of the convictor. Well trained.
Homing pigeons.
What was that?
Well, we were
Oh,
talking about taking
they're like
over
homing
the-
pigeons.
Sorry, say that again, Sherbin?
I said, oh, they're like homing pigeons.
They drop any feathers behind when they took off?
Yeah, I would say in the normal course of them flying, then yeah, taking off would probably dislodge a feather or two. So yeah, you could have 2 black chocobo feathers.
What's a homing pigeon?
I'm running out of
Erwin?
space for random shit.
Oh, I said that out of character.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's too bad.
That's too bad. I was gonna go on a tangent.
Okay.
Big feathers, right? Given the size of a chocobo.
Like that length.
Okay.
They have a lot of feathers. It's not like a small amount of feathers that are long. It's a lot of smaller feathers.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to think of what bird that compares. Eagles, I think, are like that.
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking like as a quillable sized feather or not.
Oh yeah, you can turn it into a writing instrument for sure. Okay. Okay.
I love this as a coaster. It's so good.
Dummy thick plumage.
What is that?
That's
You
just all that came through on my notification here from Jeff.
No, the picture before that.
That's
Oh, it's a duck. It's a
the splicer duck goose.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Cthulhu.
That is so good.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
Also, hello, Eric. Good to see you. Sorry.
But can you see me?
No. Kind of wish you had your camera
You
on.
can see your icon.
It's my desktop. I don't have a camera.
That's unfortunate. I'm gonna bring you a webcam. All right. So you proceed up the stairs into Falcon's Nest. It's the stairs are they're made for taller people. So there's a larger distance between each step than some of you may be used to. So some of you on the shorter side, or Lalafels in general.
Omega, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna stay up here on your shoulder.
Yeah, it's no problem.
You got it, little sis.
Millie's gonna hop up the steps as opposed to taking knee hop or
You're not dancing up the steps?
just hopping.
Okay.
Ding, 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 ding.
You see Kevin leading the way,
Deus's domain.
but he's walking really
She-
slow.
She is difference.
He's
We
like
should-
analyzing each step as he goes up, keeping everyone behind him.
We should do that thing with Millie that people do with their cats, you know, like build little things that block their way to see if they jump over or go through the hole or whatever.
The cup mazes. But see, cats are known for bouncing and leaping and hopping too.
for
So
sure. Okay. It takes a little bit of effort for some of you. Sid, this is nothing to you. It's same thing. Kevin, you're fine walking up. But as soon as you get up to the top of the stairs, you hear a voice from a watchtower above. And, ho! Visitors from afar! You just hear him yell out. And you look up, and it's pretty clear that he's been watching you since you dismounted the chocobos below. It's an Ellison man on top. Or on top of a watchtower. You get to a landing right next to the watchtower and begin to proceed into the city, and you are greeted by a contingent of Elysian Ishgardian knights.
Same raiment as the ones from the Convictory, or like different outfits?
Different, nicer, distinctly different from those in the Convictory. The same insignia, however, and they all look fairly well kept.
So, well kept and unused compared to the well kept but worn?
Not unused. They've seen use. It's pretty clear they've seen use, but they are just distinctly different.
Like styles of armor?
Yeah, the styles.
Oh, okay.
And the way that they carry it. And while the insignia on the raiment is the same, some of the colors in the field, the background of the insignia, are different. The ones that you saw at the Convictory were distinctly red field in the background of their insignia, while these have a white one with dashes of blue. They look you over before one speaks up. Welcome to Falcon's Nest, travelers. You flew in on well-trained black chocobos, likely from the Convictory, if I was to guess. So... Yes, you met with him.
Did I spell that right?
You have me second-guessing it now. How did I spell
I don't think we asked you to spell it last time.
I think it was Dantelin, right? I think
Yeah, that was the
Dantelin
pronunciation.
Yes,
Yes.
that's
Okay,
correct.
cool. Frenchies and their weird pronunciation.
Right. Dantelin sent you. How is he?
It's an asshole, but
I don't know. They speak a real funny language up there. I don't think they're quite right in the head.
Grumpy sounds par for the course. Sounds like he's doing just fine.
He's got these weird walking habits at night when he does his rounds. I don't know.
Addressing Elcido, how does an Elysian of your stature come to be in the company of this, no offense meant, riffraff?
yes.
You knew I was going to say
Yeah,
that.
I was hoping on Motley Crue was my guess.
Riff raff. Nah, riff raff.
No. Oh man, what was the name we saw? Yeah, you're not home sweet home. There we go.
Frankly, it's more so me being in their debt than the other way around.
Hey, Sid, is riffraff a good term?
No need to insult us, Simon Cowell. Yeah, we heard you with your voice over there.
What? Was I doing this Simon Cowell voice?
We're all. I'm
You
of
said
no
we
greater
heard you from the
stature than.
voice.
I am of no greater stature than anyone else here.
No, Sid, you're a little bit taller than a lot of people here. I'm tallest, so if anything, I have the highest stature. Everyone else, they're a little bit shorter, but they get along fine. I don't see why you got to be making fun of people's height.
No offense was meant by my comment. Just an observation.
None taken. It's just I want it to be clear that there's no difference in our worth
But
in
there's
this group.
difference in height. There's a difference in height. I don't understand. You can see there's a difference in height. This is just crazy. Yes, am I crazy?
None taken is the right word because, it sounds like something was taken.
Yeah. I feel like I want to be offended. I mean,
No. There's no reason to be offended. We're just here
well,
passing
through.
through.
Shorts, I am proud of my height. I got it from my parents. I'm pretty sure, and they got it from their parents. And I just think it's rude to go around calling people short when they're not short.
That's
They're
not
just
what he.
kind of staring at you during this entire conversation, wordlessly.
You know what? I just don't want to
Kevin,
talk
you
right
just
now. Sid, you got this. But if they start offending us again,
I will handle it.
I'm gonna
Kevin,
sick PP on them.
Kevin, you should just relax. Otherwise, you're proving their point. You're just getting short with them.
No, he's tall.
No, I'm What I just said. Like, how is my height changing? I'm not gonna get any shorter. If anything, I'm gonna grow some more. I mean, I don't know if I'm done with my growth spurts. Who knows? But all I'm saying is, I am not sure. You know what? Yeah, you guys talk to him. And Kevin like turns his head, just like turns around, and like not facing them, like clearly like pissed off.
Anyway,
You are through with your little discussion.
yeah.
Myself. I am the commander of this outpost. My name is Ulabert Hallionart. Do you want me to spell it for you?
Yeah.
O-U-L.
O-U-L.
I-B-E-R-T.
Oh, Bert. Okay, yeah, Bert.
Ulabert.
Yeah.
And Hallionart is H-A-L-I-E-N-I-A-R-T-E.
Oh, I-A-R-T.
With an E at the end.
Update the spelling on the letters.
Hallionart.
Hallionart. Yes.
Yes.
Simon.
Bert. Call him Bert.
Simon is not my name. I don't know a Simon.
Thank you for your welcome. I'm Alcido Verdelay.
I'm not familiar with that name.
We're from a bit away. We're just passing through on the way to Ishgard.
Well, getting to Ishgard on foot, like you are, might prove to be a little difficult.
I'm not entirely sure because we're not really from this area, but I think the plan was to possibly take some kind of conveyance instead of going on foot.
That could be arranged. I will need to discuss with my subordinates the best course of action. I will say the fact that you arrived here on chocobos from the Convictory allays certain doubts I have by your choice of company. And with this, he just immediately eyes Genbu and Sherbin.
Kevin turns around.
Sherbin's got like a scarf over her face, and she's squinting her eyes as if she's smiling at him through her scarf, but she's really just making a face underneath it.
This guy needs to get approval from his subordinates. All right, I thought I was, it's clear. He just
Who's running this place,
Dantelin.
right? Yeah.
he just has a tall person issue,
He
Talk
didn't
to his-
tell his father's name. He just told you his house.
Gotcha. That's what I thought. Cause I'm like, I would have written his name down.
Yeah, but it talks on both their houses, though, right?
Calm down, Shakespeare.
I mean, so far we got 2/3 of the houses that we know by name are a bit stodgy. The third one might be the least stodgy.
The party house, right?
Yeah, Robot House from Futurama. Because we haven't met any Fortemps yet.
For Tom.
Fortemps.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Sid knows.
That's what you do to your wife, right?
that is what I do to my wife.
I'm just waiting for her to walk into frame and hit you over the head.
She's sleeping.
Okay. Yeah, probably a good idea. All right. So, while I trust the judgment of Dantelin, it might be best not to advertise your connections to the Convictory while you're here.
Understandable.
Elaborate on this.
I appreciate the advice.
You are free to move about Falcon's Nest. Do not leave. Not
wait.
leave.
What? Hey, Build-A-Bear, half a fart. Why do you not want us
Oh my
to
God.
look at the talk about where we've been? I see no problem. See no problem with that.
Hold on, John. I need to write that down before we forget what was
Build-A-Bear,
said.
half a fart.
Build-A-Bear, half a
I'm
fart.
writing this session and he's in the bathroom right now. I feel like he needs to hear that.
Okay.
I don't
I wrote
understand
it down.
why
I'll
we
let him.
talk about where we've been. I mean, there's skeletons and crazy things all in that place. And I feel like,
What place are you referring to?
I don't know, some castle with a big void.
Before reaching the Convictory, we were in Dusk Vigil.
Is that so?
It is.
Yeah, and you're saying we can't talk about these things? I mean, if one thing I know that you should be able to talk about anything you want, it's freedom of speech.
That is not a thing that exists.
If I were to write some type of document that had requirements that everyone should follow, that would probably be, you know, at least number one, maybe number two.
Yes, well, you'll find that certain speech that you use will cause some to bear arms against you.
Oh, I got you. We're not talking that weird speak that they spoke over there. You know, the you know, that one. I mean, that's just some weird language anyway, Build-A-Bear.
Is the entirety of your group this offensive?
Offensive? How was I being offensive?
Well, I'm pretty sure you just told me to fuck my mother, but I understand that you don't understand our language, so I'll let it slide.
Oh, is that what I said? Wait,
Kevin,
how do
when
I
you-
say that one again?
When you get into a fight,
I was gonna
usually
say,
you
Millie
strike
wants
first, don't
to
you?
write that one down.
Haven't get write it down, but
Except she can't write down something phonetically because there's no point.
Kevin, if we get into a fight, usually you strike first, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So you're offensive.
All right, you do good. You make a good point there, Fifi. All right, maybe we are being a little offensive. I am offensive myself. I will stand down. But
In case you missed it, he referred to the commander as Build-A-Bear Half-a-Fart.
I think that we were going to spend some time in the marketplace. Is there any particular place you'd like us to linger around to?
You are free to move out the city. The entirety of Falcon's Nest, that is.
but just don't talk about what we've done. Hide our short people. Hide the people with weird looking skin. Oh, I see how it is.
Well, I assure you that I am not a superstitious person. I cannot say the same for the other residents of Falcon's Nest. And if you speak to the fact that you came from the Dusk Vigil, a story which I would very much like to hear, some may see that as a bad omen, if you take my meaning.
Best
Now,
to
what-
just keep to ourselves, then, I suppose.
Yes, especially that one.
He's talking about the cannibalism.
Oh, he doesn't want to know about the cannibalism. Got it.
I was talking to Professor Verdling.
Yeah, I heard you.
I figure we can cover that if we have a discussion about our trip with the captain here. Millie brings up a point. Is that house here, Millie? Did official business initiative. House Durandare, I believe. That was what we were looking for.
Ishgard.
Right, and that's located not here, but over in Ishgard.
We have many here that are vassals to House Durandare. Some who even serve the family directly or are part of the family. But the seat of power of the house is within Ishgard, as with all houses.
I mean, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to maybe make our presence known before we stumble onto their doorstep in Ishgard.
What you do when you're in Ishgard, if you make it there, is your business. I am not detaining you. But I have things to talk with my subordinates.
Sounds good. Well, if you need us or you need an adventurers party, we do business. Empty the card.
No.
Empty takes out the business card she's been creating.
Okay, and he takes it and looks it over. I see.
That's right, Cliffside Inc.
Where's Cliffside?
Well, Cliffside it's wait, hold on, Sherwin, could you take out your mappy thing again?
I will not.
Well, it's in that direction. It's by a beholder and whatnot.
Yeah, the address is One Beholder Cave. I think.
Exactly, One Beholder Cave, and you can see it on the card. Thank you, DX.
Yeah, it's printed legibly by NT.
That's right, and it's the best darn tootin' town you've ever been seen.
Well, the commander seems to be absorbing this information, and his face is stoic. But you get the impression that he's either lost or thinks that you're idiots.
He's lost. He's lost. Totally
Oh, yeah.
lost. He's a lost cause.
I think, yeah, he might be a lost cause. Well, it's okay. He has to give that to people who can actually make decisions around here, so it's completely
That's
fine.
right. That's right. He'll give it to his private, and the private will tell him what to do. Because
Exactly.
As they're having this conversation, the entire contingent walks away.
Commander included. Yeah.
I think that went well.
Commander, is there any?
He was walking away, but he stops when you ask for him.
Is there any time frame where we should touch base with you again, or will you find us?
You'll have to speak with me before you want to go to Ishgard. When you're ready to go, you'll find me.
I understand.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah, Professor. Speaking of touch base, are you well rested?
I could use a little more rest, but I mean, I figure we're in town. We should be okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you make sure you get some rest later today.
Thank you, Days.
Good thinking, DX.
Hey, Kevin, can you make a perception check, please?
No, my perception is horrible.
I would rather not.
Oh, D20 bitches.
You know what? I should just go by passive perception.
No, D20 though.
Did you roll a 20?
Yeah.
You got a 20?
Yeah, I got 20.
Okay. You see a falcon flying overhead, like directly overhead. What you do about that is up to you.
Everyone, put your hands up above your head.
Why, Kevin?
There's a falcon, and Millie said, "Be careful of the falcon poop," and so I just don't want it to land on you. It'd be the worst.
Literally, as soon as Sid says, "Why, Kevin?" and looks up, a glob of falcon poop hits him right in the forehead.
Hits Sid or hits Kevin?
Sid.
Oh no.
I said, I told you to put your hands up.
This makes sense.
We can put our hands down now. I think it's gone.
Kevin, watch it. Where's the nest? Watch it. Watch it. Where's
Oh.
Press the digitation.
Kevin's gonna keep eyeing it until it falls off and just somewhere that way. I don't know. Why wouldn't it nest here? I thought this is where the roost is. This makes no sense. This place is illogical, and I just learned that word. It's a big word, and I don't like it, and I don't think it makes sense to be here.
Fifi, press the digitation the poop off.
Thank you, Fifi.
Good as new, Sid. In fact, some of the dirt and dirty snow that was caked on you has come off your face as well.
I mean, DX, what's the point of a falcon coming to its roost if it doesn't come to its roost? I mean, why even name it that? It just makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm finding that the whole situation is very untenable.
I mean, hopefully we don't gotta stay in this godforsaken town very much longer, but...
What time of day is it anyway?
Are you asking?
I mean, it's at least half past wrist.
What time of day?
You left just after 8 a.m. from the convictory.
Flying, not
It took
walking.
you 45 minutes to get here.
45 minutes. Okay,
So
so
it's about 9 a.m. right now.
right, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Kevin. That
Oh,
was
9
the-
a.m. Which
How long
leads
is the
me
flight
out to my other thing, DX. Why don't we just fly everywhere? Like, if they got those roosters for flying, what'd you call them, chocobos? If the chocobos can fly you wherever you want, why would we even be walking? It makes no sense.
Chocohos are those who turn tricks for chocolate.
Oh.
Are they like prostitutes? I'm supposed to wash their feet. Never mind, that's another story.
Well, if Gambu was here, he would tell us exactly what that was. But anyway, so they flew back. So
Again, but
the reason why we don't fly onwards is because they flew back. So we need to find some more chocobos to fly forwards.
Makes sense. Maybe we should acquire some chocobos ourselves so we don't gotta rent them. And then maybe we rent them out to make some money. The guild, right? And then our business will prosper.
Yeah, I think that's definitely an option, but I think you might want to put that into the long-term plan as opposed to right now.
Good. Short-term plan. Let's get some slaves. It's probably the fastest, easiest way to make money. Gotcha. Good thinking, Professor.
As you say that, like a woman that's walking through the market, an Elizabeth woman, just kind of looks at you and then hurries, moving in a different direction.
I think short-term plan.
That's very strange behavior of citizenry.
Occasionally.
Hey, I agree.
Some of us should probably go to the marketplace, and others should go and maybe find a person from this house turned heir, if we want. Unless we all want to go through the marketplace.
I mean, I think we should all stick together. It's a new town. You know, it's still pretty early. We got lots of day hours to burn, and yeah, we can walk around, see what this town has to offer.
Though you just had breakfast not too long ago, the heavenly scent of fresh baked bread hits your nostrils.
Do you smell that heavenly scent of fresh baked something?
Yeah, it just hit my nostril.
Oh, you too? We should go check that out.
I love that type of narrative call and response.
Is there a bread stall somewhere?
There's a few of them. There's one pretty close to you with an older-looking, kind of disheveled Ellison woman who's just like putting out bread and then like wiping her brow. Her hair is like matted and covered in sweat, and it looks like she keeps walking indoors towards a building, bringing out more bread and putting it into a stall that's available. She's got a windbreak up, and you see fire crystals. You recognize fire crystals underneath her booth. Like, it's not being covered up, but they're directly underneath her booth where she's placing the bread.
Disney's California Adventure does that with sourdough bread, because they have a sourdough bread factory on the pier, and so they'll pull out a cart with sourdough bread, and it's some of the best sourdough bread in the world.
Yeah.
In the world.
I think
Is she sweating onto the bread?
Cal.
It's hard to tell from this distance.
Actually, probably in the world, because
But
sourdough bread's an
you
American
could
invention.
Probably assume that a few droplets of sweat have fallen on some of the bread.
Ooh.
Extra salt.
That's just flavoring.
There you go. That's where the sour comes from.
Let me know if you guys can read this. I had to write kind of small.
I'm so glad you're calling him Builder Bear now. I think it's a great idea.
We should. Maybe we let him process the fact that we're here after that conversation.
Excuse ma'am. How much for the bread you're baking?
Oh. Well, a half a gill gets you a loaf, sweetheart.
I have some popotos. You'd be interested in those.
We make some popoto bread.
How many popotos to get some of your fresh bread?
No. I'm not going to take popotos in exchange for bread.
No worries.
Standard.
Then I'll have some bread. So I take out a gill, and then I take out my my sword, and I try to slash the gill in half.
Oh, no need to do that.
Slashed in half. Here's your half gill. I'll have some of that bread now.
You got a little bit of a groove in it, but there's no way that you cut it in half that way.
I'll slash it again. I'll keep slashing it until I can make it. No, I got you. I don't know why they make this so difficult.
Millie will take out 5 gil while that nonsense is happening and just hand it over to the lady for
10 loaves.
10 loaves of bread.
No, sorry. Scratch that. 2.5 gil for 5 loaves of bread, and then give everybody half a loaf of bread.
Okay, so the half
Math
gills,
in the wrong way.
The half gill is there's golden gill, silver gill, and copper gill. So you give her the equivalent of 2.5 gill.
Yeah, I mean, you just could have asked for the full thing, and I hold up half a gill.
I don't think that's good anymore, but you can try taking it to a bank to see if they'll replace it for you.
You know, Millie, sometimes I loaf you.
Millie is like, yes.
Wait,
That.
why would you say it's worth half a gil and then not take half a gil? I'm telling you, this place is just so whack. I thank you, Millie, for the bread. You know what? You keep your bread, and I take a bite of the bread Millie gave me.
You're a little bit slow, ain't you, honey? Here. And she hands you what looks to be a fresh baked cookie.
Oh, that sure is kind of you, but no, I run about 30 malms a turn.
Of course you do. You with your parents, and she hands you the cookie.
Thank you. If you need anything, yes. Holy.
It's oatmeal
Oh!
raisin flavor.
Fuck yes. Love oatmeal raisin.
Raisins? Oatmeal raisins?
Yeah.
Raisins make everything taste disgusting. I throw it on the ground. I walk away in disgust.
It's a divisive issue, but I fucking love raisins.
I
and
love
cookies.
oatmeal raisin.
Right? Yeah. Millie wants to take a sec to look at in her pack, to not reveal them, the envelope or the letters that she took from the chest. Do any of them look fancier or more important than the others? Like a higher rank individual wrote those letters. Okay.
They all appear to be the same stock.
Gotcha. Just checking.
I'm actually surprised you haven't tried to read them yet.
Me too.
Yeah.
Millie understands the value of leverage.
Wow. That's fucking
Anyway, I wouldn't go talk to that bread vendor. She's trying to
But where
poison
the
me with
next
raisins.
step is extortion.
Where do you guys want to go next?
Well, I guess we should look to see if there's any kind of, potion shop or apothecary or something of the like.
As you're looking around, you can see that the city is a tiered city, or outpost rather, where there's stairs leading up to various parts that have been built outwards and on top of the military base. You see one place that's very clearly a tavern. You don't see anything that looks like an apothecary just yet. But you could probably look around and maybe find one.
Also, I just had a really great mental image of an Ellison-sized loaf of bread cut in half and then given to a Lalafell. That's like giving them half their body size in bread.
That's not true.
Not really.
About a quarter.
It's like
If they're
giving
about
them their head.
If they're about 2.5 feet tall, which they are, a loaf of bread is about a foot. So half a loaf of bread is about 1/4 or 1/5 the height of a Lalafell.
1/5, yeah.
Yeah,
You
so
said
that's
it was
like
half their
you're
height.
standing up and getting your calf up to your calf in bread.
I would
I'd
eat
say
it.
like their head. A little bit taller than their head.
It's a very funny sight.
I want some bread now, but I can't because I'm back on keto.
Oh, good for you.
Costco might sell it.
Hey, you
Keto
think
bread.
maybe that place over there, and I point out to the tavern, 'cause I don't really know what taverns are yet. They might know where your what
We
you
had
say.
taverns back in Cliffside, didn't we?
Yeah, you did, but it wasn't
Oh!
for money. It just give you free.
I bet I'm sure the tavern keeper always knows what's going on in town. They might be able to point you out in the direction of your apothecary shop.
Yeah, very scary.
As the group's walking around, Sherbin's going to make sure to stay really close to Sid, and once in a while she'll even sort of loop her arm around his arm as they're walking.
I will
guess-
never get over the height disparity between female and male Alra.
It makes sense to get some information from the tavern if we want.
Yep, sounds good. All right, let's head over there.
All right. You enter into the tavern. The name of the tavern is the Aura's Broken Horn.
It's a mouthful.
And as soon as you open the door, it's a very homey, warm. Like you're immediately hit by warm air. It's wooden floors that creak when you step on it, but not in a scary way. You smell. You could smell the beer.
Cowboy Tavern.
You smell some that are very clear. You smell some fruity wines that probably not too many are drinking.
This was
And this early in the morning, there's only about 3 or 4 people inside.
Is there a piano?
There's no piano. but
God
there
damn it.
is a stage.
Well, let me go get some beers.
And steal their pipe organ.
Kevin, it's like 9 a.m. Kevin.
Right? It's actually, I'm pretty sure it's 9:15 a.m. I don't know. I thought we were just telling time. What was your point there, Sid?
Is it a little early for beer?
Did we got chores to do?
I guess if you want to consider walking around the town to chore.
I look at that as pleasure. And on the farm, when the chores are done, the drinking can begun.
Chores is sun up, so this is like the day is halfway over, Kevin.
That's what I'm saying. See, thank you, DX. You know what? It might be nice for you just to cut loose just a little and have yourself a beer. You never came and drank with us back at Cliffside.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't let you get sloppy, Kevin.
Hey, yeah, I won't get sloppy. I'll have one beer. That's it, just to enjoy. What did you say? The delicacies of the local area.
Pretty sure I did not say that, but okay.
No, I thought someone said that. Anyway, I'll get you a beer too. I'll get everyone a beer. Least I can do for the adventure we've been on so far. Barkeep, can I please get some of your beers?
Are any of these beers going to those Ora?
what?
I don't know what the Nell Raw is, but no, they're going to my group.
No, it's
So
fine.
it's
It's
a
fine. I
Okay.
don't need any. I'll just take water.
No. Oh, you mean Sherwin? Yeah, she's definitely having a beer.
No,
I'll
I
prepare
just
all
want
stuff
water.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Are you asking Shervin or me?
I'm asking you, the barkeep.
I'll prepare a special act for the two of them.
No. Well, I'll just prepare a special act for all of us. I mean, I think that'd be the nice thing to do. We are not from around here.
No, Kevin, let her do it the special way, and then you and I take the special drink.
How special it is.
Well, what is in the house special? I'd like to know.
It's a secret recipe.
Oh, secret recipe. Oh, that sounds delicious. Can I watch you make it?
Just kind of wipes her nose and says, "It is."
All right, well, go ahead, make your special beer. I can't wait to see how special it is.
I'll bring it by your table. Why don't you go sit down, sweetheart?
No, it sounds special. I'd like to watch it.
Yeah. Hey, Kevin, you remember that one tale about that cartographer we heard that one time in Professor Sid's class?
Oh, tell me about it again, DX.
Yeah, I think he lost his head that one time.
Oh, that's right, because he was trying to be mean to some of our associates, and that cartographer had to lose his head, right?
Yeah, right.
I do remember that, DX. I mean, sometimes,
Was that a
with a sword this big, they just have to die when they're mean,
I feel like that's a cautionary tale about, like, not being an asshole to your patrons.
Oh, I never looked at it about like that. But
Who?
Either of you.
Oh,
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
intimidation check. I'll do it.
Intimidation? Yeah. I'll definitely roll intimidation.
Deus is doing the intimidation, and Kevin is just kind of like, I don't know.
I'm assisting.
He's just honest.
I'm assisting.
Seeing advantage or no?
Yeah, with advantage.
All right.
Actually, Kevin doesn't even realize he's assisting. Yeah, he's just going. He's just like, yeah, I remember that story.
Oh, I rolled 2 12s.
12s, yeah.
Yeah. So, 18.
18. You see her kind of shoot looks back and forth. It's like, I got your beers, don't worry. And then she begins just straight up pouring from the tap, immediately putting it on the countertop, pouring from the tap, immediately put it on the countertop until there's 8.
Hey, which ones were the special ones? Because I really want to try those.
Oh, they're all special. Like I
Oh.
said.
Sure is nice of you. I appreciate the hospitality. How much do I owe you?
3 gil, please.
I'm sorry, 3. Oh, 3 of these thingy things. All right, so I put up 2 gil on the table, and then the 1 gil that's half broken, and I put them together. 3 gil.
She just swipes them off the counter and puts them into a pouch.
Thank you very much for your service. Man, you guys are quite quiet. I mean, I mean, the way people were talking about it, I thought this might be a troubling place. But hey, thank you very much. I guess DX and I will bring the beers back to the table.
Again. just like that.
Cheers, DX. Cheers, everyone. All right. So, since we're sitting down here at the
what's the
table.
drinking age of Cliffside?
Oh,
What was that?
What's the drinking age in Cliffside?
Yes.
Pretty much.
no drinking age.
There's no
So-
limitation on drinking in.
Nope.
Since we're here, can we kind of lay out what exactly the plan is? I mean, I'm just trying, as the boss, to know exactly what we should be doing to make sure everything goes right.
I
What'd you bring, Kevin?
What I bring? Oh, this is a. Well, they said it was the special. I have some. Just don't drink too much. I don't know.
Special
I don't
what?
remember. It's a beer. I don't remember you
I
drinking.
never had beer.
Oh, you've never had beer.
No, I prefer to stick to tea.
Oh, tea. Oh, garbage water. Ugh. That stuff is disgusting. I don't know how anyone can drink it. This is a beer, and I will be proud to say I have served you your first beer, Fifi.
All right,
This
I'll taste the beer.
An ancient tradition that has been passed down from generation to generation, and yeah, you drink some of this stuff, it makes you feel pretty good. You drink too much of this stuff, makes you feel pretty bad. So you kind of got to figure it out.
How tasty is the beer for a first-time beer drinker?
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
About that one.
It's that good.
$19.
It's kind of a sour taste. It's very hoppy as well. It's not what I would describe a good taste for a first-time beer drinker, but you're able to keep it down.
Yeah, I think I'll stick to tea. I don't...
No, you're doing great. And I slap her back, just not so hard, but you know, like a friendly slap.
Oh dear, I spilled the beer.
Nope. No, you have I can always get another. Don't worry about it.
Sid will take a beer and sit in the chair between line of sight between Sherman and the barkeep. I kind of defer to you here, Sherman. Where do we go from here?
Sherman's kind of half listening to what's going on in the group, and she's keeping an eye over our shoulder to see who of the other customers may or may not be listening in on their conversation.
You look around, and the other 4 patrons that are in the bar are piss drunk. One of them is passed out at the table.
Sherman, you okay? You don't seem very relaxed. Not your usual self.
I'm not very relaxed. I'm a little bit on my guard, but for good reason. But thank you very much for what you and DX did at the bar. I really appreciate that.
Oh yeah, I'm happy to get beers. I mean, you know, as the boss, I should be getting beers for people. You're welcome.
Yes, well, have mine as my way of
Yeah.
thanking you.
Oh.
You're the boss, and Omega just takes gulps down her beer.
Oh, hey, well, I can get you your own. I don't mind.
She drank her own. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I insist. You must drink with the party. This is how we bond. You know, DX and I bonded over many beers back in our day, and I think it'd be good if everyone here just bonded a little over some beer.
Millie's gonna ask the bartender lady.
I got something for you. She tapped, or not taps, but what's the word I'm looking for here? It's already tapped.
Pours?
What?
Pours?
Yeah, I guess pour. She pours something from a keg. It's a clear liquid, puts it on the counter, and she sprinkles some sugar in it. Try that.
No, sniff it first. What's it smell like?
Nothing. A little sweet.
She'll take well, actually, first, what was the quantity? Was it a lot? A little?
It's a pint.
She'll take a sip of it.
Okay, it's sugar water.
Millie's just gonna make eye contact with the bartender and drink the whole thing of sugar water.
Oh god.
and then she's going to put that hyperactive energy to use in a moment.
Awesome. So so Sherwin, what is the plan? I mean, so we'll stay in this town for a little bit, go a little bit of shopping, and then we are supposed to hop on a boat. That's
Not yet. We need to talk to that very stern gentleman we met at the entrance, and see if he can procure us a way to get to Ishgard from here.
right. And the stern is something on a ship, right?
Yes.
Oddly
Yes.
correct.
So yes, that's a very good connection. We are looking for a ship, and we need to talk to a stern individual to procure a ship.
So the
Yes,
stern
very
guy is
good.
next to the stern of the ship. That individual we're looking for. I got you. I'm following.
Close enough.
Perfect. So we talk to this individual, and why do we talk to this individual?
Because he told us to.
Oh, you mean Build-A-Bear?
Yes.
Oh, gotcha. So we talk. Okay. So, and then what?
We'll see what he has in mind for getting us to Ishgard.
Got it. Anything else we should know about this town?
No, don't. It's a very good idea not to go anywhere by yourselves. I definitely recommend at least 3 people. If you're going anywhere, don't. At least 3 people.
Hey,
with
why is
you.
that? That makes no sense.
It's not as safe as you might think.
Back in Cliffside, we
Especially-
walked around everywhere we want to. And there's guards all over the place. What's unsafe about this town?
The guards
Guards
and the people in it.
and the people, they're not safe. Well, tell you what, Sherwin, if you have a problem with any of those people, you just point them right to me, and I'll have a nice long talk with them.
Well, I appreciate that, Kevin, but I'm trying to avoid talking to them in general. So as long as we don't make a big scene, a big fuss, keep as low a profile as possible, we should be okay.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, really, am I one to make a scene? And I take a swig of my beer, not even realizing the irony. All right. Well, anything else before we finish our beers and head out? It's just nice just to sit down and relax for a sec. Nothing trying to kill us. No skeletons trying to revive themselves. No dark portals. It's warm in here.
Keep your voice down. Remember, you're not supposed to talk about that.
That guy, Build-A-Bear just going a little crazy. I don't know what that means. You know,
No,
Are we-
bad
remember,
omen or something.
low profile. That means no spooky stories about skeletons or voids.
All right.
Sid's gonna go to the barkeep. Excuse me. You happen to have a potion shop here or apothecary or nearby that we can shop in?
Yeah, I know somebody, sweetheart. Just actually across the way, up the stairs, a couple flights. Should find a shop.
All right, thank you. Also, is it? Excuse me.
They don't like Lala.
Does Dustin run the shop?
Well, I'll take that into consideration. Is there a church or any kind of holy site that might be able to ask about a couple of artifacts?
Here, I don't think you'll find much by that way here. You might want to go to the Holy See for that.
Makes sense. All right. Appreciate the information. Thank you.
You do know the name of this tavern, right?
I do. I did notice that on the way in.
Ballsy of you to come in here with a couple of them.
As far as I'm concerned, wherever we go, they go.
I'll keep that in mind.
Should.
We didn't hear any of that, did we?
What was the name of the tavern?
The Al Ra's Broken Horn.
Yeah, we did.
Oh.
Kevin, you and I did not hear any of that because she would not say that shit in front of us.
Yeah, no, she wouldn't be saying that in front of us.
That was a private conversation between Sid and the barkeep.
You're lucky. She's lucky.
We're very polite.
Very polite.
Yeah.
My
Would it
mom
be
taught me
audible
manners.
but not Inebriated?
No, it's a kind of an under her breath kind of thing.
Ditto will take one gill out of his pouch and put it on the bar. For your impeccable service. Thank you.
She
Oh,
grabs it.
killing her with kindness. That's adorable.
I'll kill her, all right. Wait, what?
And Sid'll just kind of back his way back towards the table.
Sid'll just backhand her.
Oh, well, as I promised DX, I wouldn't get too drunk. I'll keep it at 1. If you're all ready to head out after you finish drinks, I'm happy to go. Or, we could have a second.
Sid will, upon returning to the table, Sid will quickly finish his beer.
Hey, what'd you talk to that barkeep about? Did you find your apothecary?
Yeah. She said there was a couple of flights up.
How many beers is that? Like just a flight? All the tastes?
A couple of sets of stairs up.
Oh, got it. Some stories, like in the books.
Yeah, sure.
Beer community that have flights of beer.
Oh, it's very Christian looking.
Very Christian. Very Bobbyan. Very Davrical.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we can head on out. Miss, I thank you for your kindness. Your beers were good. We may be coming back later tonight, so you keep those beers cold for us. Talking to the tavern owner.
Yeah, she doesn't answer you.
Oh, I gotta speak up. I said thank you very much for your service. I repeat exactly what I said. I just yelled it.
Yeah. She just makes eye contact with you and gives a curt nod.
Tip my hat. I'm not wearing a hat, but I tip it. My helmet.
Pull it down, yeah.
All right, Sid, I guess to the apothecary?
Yes. The better. Quicker we're out of here, the better.
Well, we gotta get out of here quick. I plan on coming back here tonight.
As we're walking out, Sherbin's linking her arm with Sid's again.
So you're linking arms with Sid?
Yep.
Sid, how do you react to that?
I accept and glare at the barkeep as we walk out.
Okay. She just glares right back at you.
Utilizing that distracting moment, Millie's gonna take her sugar water pint, lay it on its side on the table, take an entire vial of perfume, dump it all over the table, and then leave. Because it looks like water, because it's perfume. Looks like sugar water. But when you mop it up, the whole bar is gonna smell like perfume.
Man, that's fucked.
Yep.
Super fun. Love
And
it.
because perfume is alcohol based, you can't use alcohol to clean up perfume.
I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that. Awesome.
I mean, unless Millie's got ambergris perfume, but that's probably not attainable in Cliffside.
Just a heads up for tonight, we're going to be turning down the speaker a bit and have them not be so loud in their responses because Melinda's going to bed at 9. She's got to work at 5 a.m. So it's not every week, but for this week.
Ain't a problem.
No
Ian.
problem.
As they walk out, Sid will lean down to Sherbin. Is this how it is everywhere?
Mostly in this area. Sherbin's quietly talking to Sid under her breath. I really appreciate you letting me do this. For someone in my position, it's not safe to be in the city, especially if it seems like I'm here by myself. So by me doing this, if anyone gets any ideas, they'll know that I'll be missed.
Feel free. We'll get you through here.
Thank you, Sid.
As we're walking out, I kind of like nudge DX. I'm like, see, DX, one beer? Already loving the air. And we keep walking.
I know, it's like Sid number 9.
Oh, I hear you. Yeah.
He's number 9, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Potential. Yeah.
Hey, man. And whatever makes Sid happy, Hope it finally settles down.
You gotta find happiness in this crazy world.
Strangest places,
This place is pretty strange, yeah.
You guys definitely didn't hear that. It was just DX and I. Just FYI, it's going to be a DX and Kevin's secret.
All right.
Sid's gonna lead out towards where she mentioned the apothecary, unless anybody else goes elsewhere.
We'll just head up to the apothecary with you.
Millie will be first out the door so she doesn't get caught for the perfume.
All right. As soon as you get out the door, you look across the way. It's about 100 yalms or so across cobblestone street. You see another staircase leading up, and it goes up several flights with landings every 10 fulms or so. And you guesstimate that's probably where she was directing you.
Give me water.
We have a Brita filter. In the
Perfect.
fridge. And then
Awesome.
Melinda showed you where the glasses are.
Well,
Yeah. Just fill it up again.
As we head up, I glance back to Fifi. Supposedly, the people, and I speak quietly, supposedly the people here are not fond of Lalafels, I believe I heard.
Sid, did you say they're not fond of Lalafels?
Who said that?
Well, hey, if they got a problem with Lalafels, they're gonna have a problem with me. Hey, Fifi, you all right in our group?
I was going to continue and say, it doesn't matter what they like. We're going to do our business, and as long as we stay generally polite, I think we'll be okay.
Garden tootin', Sid.
I'm
Garden
gonna
tootin'. Yeah,
cast
that's right.
disguise self and make myself look like a Ellison. What Lalafels?
So disguise self, you have a, so you can only change your clothing unless you're using the spell, right? Are you using a disguise kit? Or are you using disguise self?
Spell.
Yeah, then you can change yourself.
Ryan, you can use as like a focus.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Just wondering.
You make yourself, including your clothing and armor, weapons, belongings on your person, look different until the spell ends. Yep. All good.
I suppose that's a way to get around it.
It looks like my brothers want to stay outside for some reason, anyways.
Dale and Inti are throwing snowballs at each other.
That tracks. All right, so warming potions, yeah?
Yes, if you could see if you could get 8 warming potions, that would be great. I'm not going to want to start a bit of a disturbance by going up there with you. More than likely, they'll ask me to wait outside anyway, so I'll stay here and watch the other two.
Wait. Why would they make you wait outside?
Well, they have issue with Aura or Ori.
With what?
With what I am.
What are you?
Ori.
Polygamists.
Don't know what those words are, but no, yeah, you're fine. I don't know what this Ori thing is, but you've been traveling with us all this way here. You fought the skeletons with us, and you can walk up in here. Don't let anyone tell you can't go somewhere you can't. All right, you're with us.
Durbin is unexpectedly touched by what Kevin said. Unexpectedly, so she reconsiders. You know what, Kevin? All right, I'll go up there with you, but if they ask me to step outside, I'm just going to have to go. I don't
No,
want
you're
any
not.
trouble.
You're gonna stay. We may cause trouble. It's gonna be all right. You are with Cliffhangers Inc. You've hired us for service, and we are going to commit to that service. Come on up with us.
No, we're
Hey, we just barge in. Hey, shopkeep, we need some. What we were looking for again?
Warming potions.
Warming potions. And I got my aura over here.
Please keep your voice down.
Oh, you heard about the skeletons too?
Okay,
I
Kevin.
don't know what you're talking about.
Ellison shop.
Cannibal skeletons.
Cannibal skeletons.
Terrible hangover.
Yeah.
Keep your voice down.
Oh, you
Yeah,
drank too much.
Yeah, we're just here for just some warming potions if you have any.
Yes, I have warming potions. This is our most requested item. He scans the group, and his eyes fall on land Fifi, and he just grumbles. Ugh.
She looks like an elephant at the moment, anyway.
Hangovers, I get it.
Oh shit, she does. Okay, ignore that.
So how much per?
Warming potions are 1 gil apiece.
We'll take 8.
That'll be 8 gil if you can do math. 10 gil.
I can't, but thank you.
I can.
Okay. I should hope that you can, out of the rest of your group.
I don't know what he meant by that, but yeah, he is the smartest one in our group, I think.
He's
a
only one
professor.
who appears to be learned. You all look like you are unwashed masses.
It's true. We
Actually,
haven't watched for a while.
It's been 2 days since I took a bath, so I am unwashed.
Yeah, yeah.
actually, these a great majority of these are my students, so most of them are pretty well learned themselves.
Former student.
You're a teacher.
Yeah.
I am.
I respect
Filters.
anyone who decides to educate the less fortunate. Good for you.
Hey,
Millie's
hey,
gonna tug on
Sid, you-
Sid's arm and show him that. And that bottom part is need days times potions -1 because we already have 8.
Sid, were there less fortunate people in our village? Which one's the shop keep talking about?
I'm sure there were, Kevin.
Very kind of you. I agree.
Yeah, if you could tell us, if you had to estimate how long a trip it would be from here to Ishgard on foot.
On foot,
On foot.
an infinite number of days.
I see.
Is that a serious question?
I'm not from here, unless you hadn't noticed.
You know what? I got a recommendation for you. If you're not from here, why don't you go to the gates of Falcon's Nest, closest to Ishgard? Okay? And then you'll understand.
All right.
Wait, why do they call it Falcon's Nest if there ain't no falcons or nests around here?
In the days when Falcon's Nest was founded, there was an entire contingent of falcon riders.
What happened to them?
Oh, well, you know, war, eventually. Time takes us all. Those who knew how to ride the falcons and the falcons themselves just died out.
Interesting. And I guess the name persists. Makes sense. I get it why they call it that now.
Species as your mount might not be the best way to proliferate your ranks.
You use some words I don't understand. How much to get a chocobo around here?
Surprise me. The chocobos are, well, it depends. Where are you taking them?
At that point, Millie will hold up this sign. It says how far as the black chocobo flies.
Maybe about, half a day. No, quarter of a day. Been a
Right,
while
we-
since I've been to Ishgard.
We want to ride them to Ishgard, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
sir.
Can I get Ishgard?
Can our chocobos get to Ishgard?
Yeah. Can they fly there?
Well, I sure as hell hope so.
Oh, so you're saying we can take chocobos to Ishgard?
Well, it depends. If you're going to Ishgard, you're going to need the commander's say.
Yeah, we've already spoken to him. We'll be touching base with him before we leave.
Wait, is the commander Build-A-Bear, or is it the guy Build-A-Bear's talking to?
He just squints at you and just busts up laughing.
What's his real name again?
It's Ulibear Hallionart.
Yep. Build-A-Bear half part. That's what I said.
Yeah. Bert.
Yeah,
Okay.
we already spoke with the commander. He told us just to touch base with him
Good.
before we're ready to leave. So that's our plan. We just wanted to have our bases covered in terms of warming potions for the trip.
Bases?
We wanted to ensure that we had enough warming potions to make the trip.
Why don't you just say that?
I know he likes to use big words. I mean, he is the professor and all.
If you
Yeah, all your base.
if you drink a warming potion,
All into us?
maybe bring him out to Chocobo to Ishgard, you'll be fine.
Good to know. Good to know.
Still, he'll put 8 gil down and take the 8 anyway, just to have them.
Appreciate your patronage. I think I saw a couple of Lalafels outside. Do me a favor and punt them when you pass.
Oh, buys them some pints? We already got pints at the bar before we got here. Thank you. Appreciate it, though.
Why? Oh, why do you hate Lalafell so much?
Nice.
Because they remind me of my deadbeat children.
So you have short children, and that makes you angry at an entire race?
So sorry. No. Fifi, his children are dead. I feel so sorry we even brought it up. They were beat to death. It's just so horrible. If there's anything we can do to make you feel a little bit better about that, we didn't mean to bring it up. I didn't know your children were beaten to death.
Let me just provide you a little bit of insight from an old timer like me. If you're gonna fuck a tavern wench, use protection.
Like a shield?
No, like a dagger. Protection.
I still don't see the connection between that and Lalafells.
How much, if you have any healing potions handy, how much for those?
Oh, healing potions, I'm afraid, are they're reserved for the army.
Do you have any hamburger potions?
What the fuck is that?
Well, you know, they make hamburgers over in this town we were at. I was hoping there's a potion that you could like pour out and it will make a hamburger because they're really delicious.
I'll see what I can do, but not anytime soon.
Oh, I appreciate you looking into it for us.
For 4-year-olds.
More or less.
While I have you here, and you seem to be a little more accommodating than some other folks we've spoken to, know where we could find anyone from House Durandare nearby?
Nearby? I don't know. I don't pay attention to them hoity-toity types. Ishgard, you can find them for sure. They're everywhere. They'll make sure to rub it in your face.
Good to know. All right. Is anybody else looking for any kind of potions or anything?
No, I just have a question. So there's, you know how there's like items like swords and shields and whatnot, and they have God in them, you know, so they can do special things. Do you have someone that can take away the bad things from the items that have God in them?
Are you touched in the head?
I touch my head. I know, well, my head's fine.
That answers my question. Sorry, I don't think there's anyone around here that takes the bad juju out of your toys.
Got it. All right. I just wanted to check.
Appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
He gives a look to Sid like, what the fuck?
I'm so glad you understood what I was trying to say. Made sense to Kevin.
You try to teach them.
I forget, did Sid teach Kevin? Or was Kevin too old for Sid to be a teacher?
No, just Sid taught me.
It was
was
like the first class.
Adult tutoring.
Kevin was held back.
I was his best student.
Kevin actually graduated with Millie and Lon Fifi.
Oh, wow.
You try. And then I ushered Sherbin out and head out.
Not those Lalafels, don't forget.
Right on that.
Oh,
When we get outside, I'm just gonna say, "I'll be right back." I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go back in and wait like 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna just try and knock everything I can off the shelves so it breaks on the ground.
Oh my god.
that's fucked. Love it.
Oh. All right. So the shelves that you can reach at least. Sure.
I'm taller right now. I still have disguise self on.
But you're invisible. Okay.
Disguise self doesn't.
Disguise self doesn't actually make you taller. It just makes you appear taller.
Exactly. So you're still your same
alter
height.
self is the one that changes your physical.
Okay. Well, I'll
Should
climb
be
on
me,
things as much as I
everything.
can and whatever.
So as you're knocking shit over and you're like climbing on shelves and they're breaking underneath your feet, the guy's like just walking around like, oh no, what's happening? And he's like he's trying to pick up and scoop up the various vials that aren't broken, and he's trying to like funnel out the liquid that is that comes out of the broken vials into clean ones. This goes on for a few minutes.
And then I'm gonna get any red liquid and dip my finger and then just draw like a happy face and then leave.
Okay. All right. You
Is there a
successfully
shop?
terrorized the
Is
shopkeeper.
there a shop window?
There's no window here now.
Okay,
Good job,
but we
Fifi.
hear the commotion
You
inside.
hear things breaking inside. Yes.
Sure, there's a loud shopkeep, but I don't know what it takes to make those potions and whatnot. But sounds
Maybe
crazy.
We'll have the sign waiting outside for when Lon Fifi comes back.
I'm gonna climb up on Omega's shoulder and then end invisibility like I was there the whole time. Oh, guys, why are we still here?
Yeah, I guess we should move along.
When did you get there, Land Fifi?
I've been here the whole time.
I must be drunker than I thought.
Hey, there's red on your finger. Did you cut yourself?
Yeah.
Oh well, I got some bandages, and I take out some bandages and give them to you.
I'll put one on my finger.
I think Sid says you don't want to get infected, right, Sid? Something like that.
That's very right, Kevin.
That's right.
All right. Does anybody else need to shop for anything while we're here?
Nope. Which is unfortunate. I wanted to see more of the town, but
I
well,
suppose.
before we go back to tavern, maybe we just look around, see what else is out there, talk to the people. You know, it might be fun.
Maybe we can give the commander a little more time, I suppose.
It's risky, but remember, if you do wander off, at least groups of 3.
I don't understand this group of 3. I thought we'd all do it together. All I'm saying is, you know, we really haven't gone out, and this place looks pretty interesting.
Yes, well, that's why I said if you wanted to wander.
Christian's trying to get you drunk.
You got it. Well, I think we just stick together. We kind of walk around, see what there is to see. Hey, maybe we can find a nice place to sleep for the night. I know Sid might like a nice bed. He's not used to roughing it.
10:30 a.m.
We've got most of the day left, Kevin, and I mean, I'd like to get at least the specifics of what the commander is willing to do for us squared away before we decide if we're staying or going, I guess.
I mean, let's circle it up then.
Yeah, we should procure transport to Ishgard because Millie is writing and she's using more letters than she should probably be using, which you'll know in a moment. And the exclamations are like egregious. But again,
That's my band name, Egregious Explanation.
it's not my place to say.
Yax, when did you get so smart with all those words?
Well, I know, Kevin. You say women shouldn't be thinking too much, and I try not to, but wow, this is the thing.
You don't look. You always impress me, DX. You don't gotta use fancy words to make you look nice. I think you look nice enough already.
Well, in that case, and since Millie is so insistent, I'll head over to talk to the commander. Who else is going to come with? Is everybody coming, or?
I think we should all go.
All
Sure,
right.
it's coming.
That's what Sid wanted to hear. Let's all go talk to the commander.
Kevin, don't worry so much. If you like the look of this town is a dumpster fire compared to how Ishgard looks. Well, that depends. If you're able to get into the really fancy area, they might shoot you on sight. But most of the city is very nice looking.
Hey, what? Why would they shoot me on sight? I don't understand.
They're very particular about who they let in the more affluent areas.
Oh, got it. They don't like letting green people. I agree with that take. You know, anyone who's green should not be let in. I agree.
Close. Close.
Well, let's go talk to this Build-A-Bear, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Build-A-Bear. He mentioned that he'd be at the gate when you're ready to leave for Ishgard.
The gates. In lieu of whatever Millie is writing.
Okay. You approach the gate. About 20 fulls outside the town, you notice that the road just disappears.
Sherman again who hide.
Standing directly outside the gate, you find Commander Ulibear. And he's speaking with 3 of his soldiers. They appear to be high-ranking. They take notice of you as you approach, and he gives you the universal signal for 1 moment. So you have a minute to look around.
So why does the road disappear?
You going to look?
Is it not obvious from the gate threshold?
So the road's going up like this, and then just kind of, you no longer see the road.
Could we approach that without passing the commander?
No, but...
Or like it doesn't look like he's preventing us from...
He's not preventing you.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna go look.
Okay. As soon as you get to that point in the road, you see why it's disappeared. A massive crevasse is in the ice there, just like you saw of the void that was in around the Dusk Vigil. You see a swirling maelstrom of ice and wind below you. You do see flashes of green and purple, kind of like you saw in the void from the Dusk Vigil. It looks like this is part of the same thing. The difference is, you can't see the other side.
I agree, Millie. I agree.
Millie's going to pointedly walk away from the edge, lest it call to her like the other one did.
It hasn't yet.
She
Yet.
will not give it the chance.
Did anybody else see that, or just Millie?
Yeah, somebody checked it out.
Okay. You get like this instant sinking feeling in your stomach, like, I can't see the bottom, this is scary.
Can
Back
we
right
see the
away.
It's cloudy and foggy.
Oh, okay, so it's not like there's just infinite void, it's...
Oh, it's
obscure.
quite a lot of void. And then fog.
Gotcha.
You can't
This
see
makes
the other
sense
side.
why the shopkeep said we couldn't walk there, I suppose.
Sherbin's keeping an eye behind the group. She's not behind the group, but she's keeping an eye to make sure that they haven't been followed.
Right. And Sherbin, you would know this. The entirety of Ishgard is cut off from Falcon's Nest because of the void. There's no traversable path other than flight
From any direction?
from any direction.
Well, it looks like things are still how I remembered them. I was afraid of this. So it looks like we wouldn't be able to walk to Ishgard, we'd have to fly across.
Hopefully the commander's reasonable enough to allow that.
Right, but I mean, like, when Sherbin went to Astrologian school, she flew to Ishgard for that. It's not like this happened in the time since.
Well, Sherbin, correct me if I'm wrong, but you didn't start in Idleshire or the Dravanian Highlands. You came from elsewhere to go to Ishgard. But to get
Yes.
to the Dravanian Highlands and Kurthis and all that, you flew there from Ishgard.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to step on your backstory, so.
All good.
Why there's what's up with all the big holes around this place? I mean, one was at the castle with the skeletons. The other is right here. Like, why are there all these voids all over the place?
I guess it has.
The void connects, like continues in the direction of Dusk Vigil.
It does to the. Hold on. To the east. Yes.
Gotcha. So it's it's not pockets of void. It's like continuous, like giant gash.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin, I
That's-
guess this has
that's
to do
good
with the
question.
destruction. Yeah.
It depends on who you ask. Most of the time, if you ask anyone from Ishgard, they'll blame it on Aura. That we somehow had something to do with this.
Oh, you said that name again, Aura. What is that?
Well, that's my race of people. That's what I am. It's just like there's you and there's Deus, there's
Oh,
the Lalafell, and Sid,
well, you just look
and then-
normal. I didn't think they had a special name for you people.
Robert was higher. Not as
right? That's what I've been trying to tell them, but for some reason they just seem to have an alpha aura.
I just can't understand that. I mean, you ain't green. Your people ain't green. I don't see why no one have a problem with you.
No, my people are lovely.
Oh.
Alone I did it?
That's the goddess, right? Yeah.
Well, don't make sure you keep that sign low. You don't want to offend anyone with a sharp spear.
Wait, so if you auras made the void, like you must be real powerful and such. Are you really powerful and such?
Some of us like to think so, but who's to say? I really don't think we had anything to do with this, but it happened so long ago that things kind of got a little bit lost in translation.
Yeah, I definitely not understand what people are saying around here. Yeah. Makes
Right.
sense. All right, so someone
Really?
created these big voids is what you're trying to say. Why would they want to create these big voids? Like, what was the purpose?
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident.
Sounds like a crazy type of accident, but has
Well-
it been more than a minute? I mean, I feel like we've been waiting here for at least 5 minutes.
Yes. I've been waiting for you to finish your conversation. I didn't wish to be rude.
Oh, you're not rude, Build-A-Bear.
Right.
Thank you, Commander.
To expand on your explanation, not all of us hate Al-Ra. That was 1,000 years ago. I'm not going to hold you responsible for the actions of your forebears. However, there are many who see the recent agitations of Ritra as a bad sign, particularly when it comes to Aura.
Aggravation.
Oh, come on, get off it. You know Aura have no relation to do with dragons whatsoever. That's a terrible stereotype.
That may be the case, but there are many who still believe that Al-Ra spawned from the magic and blood of Ritra, the Great Worm.
You kiss your mother with that mouth?
Hey, just so I gotta understand it, there's worms that came again to life, and then there's dragons, and the worm made the voids. Are you sure you ain't reading like storybooks? This all sounds quite crazy.
You see the commander reach into a pouch at his side, and he brings out an individually wrapped hard candy and holds it out towards Kevin.
Oh, what's this?
You just grab it.
You can try to grab it.
Millie got it.
Just in her mouth as soon as possible.
It tastes like the Werther's original.
Fuck yeah, love those.
Ooh.
Yeah, so good. They're so good.
Don't eat the sugar-free ones.
Oh,
Thank you for your kindness. I appreciate that.
terrible.
Anyway, Sid, Sherwin, you handle this. He's using big words and he's using make believe things that don't exist, like big worms and whatnot. Like,
As much as I'd like to know more about this, I think best to figure out where we go from here, Commander.
Yes, my understanding is that you wish to go to Ishgard. While I, personally, am inclined to grant your request and allow you to use our chocobos,
perfect. All right, which one should we use first?
some of my officers are skeptical. Some think you are agents of Freetra, meant to infiltrate Ishgard. Is that the case?
Of course not.
We're not even from around here. I told you. You have our car. We're from Cliffside.
Yes, but if I was to take every spy at their word, I'd be a bad commander, wouldn't I?
Right, but we're not spies, so I don't see what the issue
Well,
is.
wait,
Are you giving me your word that you're not a spy?
Yes, I'm giving you my word. I'm not a spy. How can I prove to you I'm not a spy?
how about this? We're here working for. And I motioned to Sherman.
Hello.
We're under contract with her to perform a duty.
Or an aura might not be the beautiful explanation that you think it is.
Oh, did you not read the card? Auntie, give me another card.
Even one that's working for the Gleaners.
The Gleaners. Do you have some kind of identification showing your affiliation with the Gleaners?
Absolutely. So Sherman pulls out her documentation, her papers, and the certificate.
He's courteous. He's polite. He doesn't grab it from you. He puts out his hand, and then thanks you when you hand it to him.
And firebolts it.
The Gleaners are a respectable organization. If they trust you, I don't see any reason my officers wouldn't as well. That said, I've already overruled them and decided that I will allow you to go on to Ishgard regardless.
Oh, that sure is kind of you, Build-A-Bear. I didn't think I'd get that from you.
Do not think it a kindness. Just because I'm allowing you into Ishgard does not mean that you will be treated well by the Ishgardian population.
And why would we not be treated well by the Ishgardian population?
Oh, I'm sure you'll find out.
I know it was a serious question. Why wouldn't we be treated well?
Stick together, look after each other, try not to overstay your welcome, and I'm sure you'll be fine.
Understood.
So Sherman asks back for her paperwork.
Oh, he hands it back to you.
Okay.
Anything else we should know about these Ishgardians?
They are a noble people that have spanned back eons. Does Ishgardian have Mikote translators?
Yeah. Sign language.
Oh. There's not a large Mikote population within Ishgard. That said, I'm not familiar with their numbers, so I couldn't say.
Out of character question. Would tongues apply for sign language?
No, because tongues only applies to...
It's only spoken?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, telepathy would be the only workaround of spells that I know of.
I would just imagine somebody does telepathy with Millie and your inner voice comes out. It's like this really high-pitched, squeaky voice.
It's, it'd be like Terry Crews.
Like
Well, well, Commander, where can we go to acquire the Chocobo?
I've already have them prepared for you right over here, and he points and he shows there's 8 saddled chocobos.
I was told we might need warming potions. Are you able to provide those as well?
No. You can purchase warming potions at the apothecary. I can instruct the stable owner to hold the chocobos here for you until you're ready.
I think we have enough to cover us, just in case, but it shouldn't be a very long flight, I've heard. Maybe about a quarter of a day is what I was told.
Sounds about accurate. The gulf that you'll be traversing is quite large, and once you get to the opposite side, there's still a great distance before you make it to the gates of Ishgard.
And how much to purchase these chocobos?
They're not for sale.
Understood, but let's just say there was a price.
10,000 gil each.
Kevin takes out his coin purse, tries to start counting, stops at like 33 because it's hard for him to count past that.
Perhaps another day.
I'll see you come down on that offer at some point.
Sherman just sort of turns to the group and asks, "Now, is everyone very comfortable with flying your chocobo? Because I'd hate for anyone to fall off while we're going. So if you're not comfortable, pair up with someone who is comfortable."
We just did it, right? You just sit on them and they just go, right?
That's true. This is probably like a 10 times as long flight.
Is Millie showing that to the
Yeah,
commander, or
Millie,
just-
I showed that to David first, and then just letting you guys know what I asked.
Build-A-Bear, will there be any in-flight service for this trip?
I guess it'd be who are the heads, not who is head.
Who is head?
The names.
No, I'm just grammatically, I didn't write that right.
Okay. The head of House Durandare is Charlemagne de Durandare. It's Charlemend de Durandare.
That was Charlie Brown Build-A-Bear. Got that?
Anything that ends in air is Build-A-Bear. That's the Kevin translation.
He makes sure to use all those fancy letters.
Sir Barenduin Hallionart is the leader of House Hallionart. That's spelled Baurendouin.
Like Bedouin.
Not quite. I did sleep in when I went to Israel. We spent the night in Bedouin tents. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
Oh,
Isn't
very
that how
cool.
it's spelled, though? And the Duin part, isn't that spelled the same as what you just spelled?
Bedouin.
Yeah.
Is that on Birthright?
Yeah, it was during my birthright. If you're looking for a house Fortin, Edmond de Fortin is who you're looking for. EDM.
And there was no day for Berenduin?
No, it is. All of them are gay.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It's denoting a title.
I'm just assuming I'm not hearing any of this.
What was that?
I was just assuming I wasn't hearing any of this.
No.
It almost sounded like you said all of them are gay.
Yes, I did. If you're looking to speak with House Zemel, yes, of course. It's a patriarchal society.
She doesn't know that.
Well, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
If you're looking for House Zemel, you're looking for Unamed.
Can you spell that house name? Because that's a new one.
D-Z-E-M-A-E-L.
D-Z. D-Z-E-M-A-L?
Yeah, the D is mostly silent. It's like Zemel.
Gotcha. And sorry, what was the name for that one again?
Unamed. U-N-N-A-M-E-D.
And so what you're saying is
Two N's?
the males aren't all male. This makes no sense.
What?
The males are not all male society. All men.
And there
Are
were
you ready to take off?
there were no letters for that fourth house you just mentioned. Zemel.
Not that you found.
Correct. Cool.
Out of character, House Zemel is usually stationed within Ishgard. They're protectors within Ishgard and
Okay, that's cool.
the surrounding area.
Gotcha. So they're like foreign affairs, domestic affairs.
More or less. Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Neat.
Well,
Before we go, I think we saw one of your commanders in a giant machine. walking the path. One of your commanders. He was in a giant machine, like a robot type of thing.
Are you
That one of your
speaking
guys's?
Guardian Peacekeepers?
I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
Julius.
Kevin, no, those were Guardians, not Ish Guardians.
Oh, they all sound similar to me.
Guardians are allies and good friends of Ishgard. They are not citizens of Ishgard.
Right, that Julius Caesar guy. He seemed nice.
I'm not sure what that means.
How tall are Garleans compared to Ellison? Because I know they're taller than higher.
Garleans are equal height to Elazin, and they are generally a bulkier build.
Gotcha. So basically like equal height and more muscular, but not as tall or muscular as a Rogadin.
I mean, some Garleans will be as tall as a Rogadin and muscular as a Rogadin. Yeah.
Frequently or just potentially?
Garleans as a whole are stronger and taller than the other races.
Gotcha.
And you're saying we didn't meet Jax from Guardians of the Galaxy? Just making sure.
Garleans.
My
Just wanted to make
gosh.
sure.
I like it.
I don't think we have anything else to accomplish here, do we, folks?
I mean, we can get another beer before we head out, but we should probably be sober if we're gonna fly.
Probably
You have
wise.
to flap your arms when you're riding the chocobo to make sure that you stay airborne.
Like the whole
So-
time?
The whole time.
Millie will like
All right. Whatever you say. I don't know if I can make it the whole time. What if I have to rest?
Then you'll fall.
Well, I guess we'll be flapping. All right, group, let's go.
Millie's gonna hold up her hand to fist bump the commander.
He gives a sly smile to you.
Kevin's going to try to flap his arms the entire way. You let me know when he wears out.
Before they.
Before we leave, Sherman's gonna look at the commander guy and just sort of look at him and just be like, "Really, spies? You think these are spies?" And then just walk away.
No, or else I would not give you access to chocobos. I hope that was clear.
Sid will offer his hand.
He gives a salute to you instead.
Sid will return it.
It's kind of like this. Yeah.
Appreciate it, Commander. Thank you.
No problem. And now I have myself questioning whether or not that's actually the Ishgardian salute, so I'm gonna check later.
It sounds right, but it's been a while.
I think that is the Garlean salute. So now I'm gonna double check.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, Sid, I don't understand. Why do we have to flap our hands on this one, but we didn't have to flap our hands on the other one? Makes no sense.
I'm just going with what they say, Kevin. Maybe it's just the leader that has to flap.
Oh, all right.
It's like how geese fly in a V formation, so the bird in the bird in front like creates an air brake for the one, and then they'll swap places.
I'm gonna see how long I can maintain the flap. I guess it's like a dex check.
No, it'd be a Constitution saving throw whether or not you can keep it up.
Well, I rolled a 3, but that's a 10, so not so horrible.
Sure. All right, you guys board your chocobos. They're well kept. No lice that you can tell.
Kevin is literally doing the I just flew in from such and such, and boy are my arms tired.
Yep. Okay, sure enough, you climb on your chocobos, and they begin to take you on their path, predetermined. You don't need to guide them, they're leading you along. And the first thing that happens is they fly immediately over the void, and it is unsettling. You can see directly below you fog and swirling wind, and you see ice that's not just... You see ice that's falling from above you, you see ice that's shooting out of the ground in the void, or out of the clouds in the void. You see little green and purple lights swirling around sporadically.
Professor, you think this is like a magical anomaly, or what is this?
I would think it has some kind of force along with it. It was enough to, I don't know if it gave power to what we were fighting or kept
I
it
mean, I don't
alive.
think this is natural.
Well, no, I mean, it's coming from the destruction or some kind of imbalance in the energies, I think, but I don't know for sure. Maybe when we get to Ishgard, they'll be able to give us a little more insight. I know I'd like to speak to some of the Holy See about some of these artifacts.
How close can the chocobos fly together for conversational
Like
purposes?
ducks.
Okay, so we can all be pretty close to each other to actually talk.
Chocobos are smart creatures.
I forget, were they herbivores or carnivores or omnivores?
They're omnivores.
Okay. Cool.
They're mostly herbivores, but they've been known to eat meat. Like an angel from Evangelion, that kind of formation?
No, like Air Force Blue Angel.
Look at both. You just
Nope.
recently watched Evangelion, right? Like for the first time recently?
A year or so ago.
Oh, yeah.
I still haven't seen it. I need to.
It's fucked up. It is incredibly fucked up.
I'm
but
also
it's a
done
very
with
good show.
almost done with Elfen Lied, and that is also fucked up.
Elven Lead, I hear, is really good. Elfen Lead.
Yeah,
Whatever.
F.
Yeah.
Millie's gonna ask that of Sid, see if he knows.
I think the first option.
Out of character, that is correct.
Blue Angels.
I don't really know for sure. Sherbin, can you shed some light on that?
'Cause it's the whole
Out of character,
sea
what was the
that-
question?
The Holy See.
What about the Holy See?
What is a sea? SEE.
It's a minor ocean.
You don't want to get on their bad side. Pretty much if you go there asking questions, make sure they don't start asking questions of you, because if you get on the bad side of an inquisitor, then you're done for. You do not want to get the Inquisition on your back.
So these items that we found in Dusk Vigil, would they be able to tell us what they are?
You might, but it's just risky. In my opinion, I wouldn't be able to do that comfortably. You might have better luck because you're at Elizan.
Guys, I feel like we're descending. Kevin, hurry, keep us afloat.
Okay. Getting a little tired here, guys, but I got it. I tried to flap harder.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Did I talk out of turn when I mentioned the Inquisition?
No.
Is that a
was
thing?
fine. That is
Okay.
fine. You would actually know what the Holy See is. It's a governmental body for all worshippers of Halone. They claim dominion over anyone who worships Halone. They are the word of law.
The
Millie's
Holy
gonna
See-
direct this. Oh, go ahead.
The Holy See pretty much is in charge of Ishgard. It's not so much. It's not like a king or queen. It's the religion is the ruling body. Like whatever they say goes. Does that make sense?
Would do you think they would take the artifacts away from us?
They can do whatever they want. So as long as you don't give a reason for them to do that, you should be okay.
I could try, Millie. I mean, they might ask questions on why we might want to know about those things, but I guess we can cross that bridge when we get to it. Not a bad idea.
Okay.
What if the seesaw?
The Holy See saw heresy.
Oh my gosh.
Don't let Horus hear you. Actually, it was Horus that caused the heresy, right? It was Horus's heresy.
Unless Horus is right.
I mean, I think he was right. Fuck the emperor of man.
Horus was wrong. Magnus was right.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, yes.
Wow.
That was tragic. Love those books, though. The Horus Heresy books.
Dan,
It's a number of authors. But Dan
the
Abnett's.
Eisenhorn saga was Dan's something or other. I don't know. Chelsea loves it.
Dan Abnett, probably.
Yeah, that's it. Did
Fuck
you
all
read
that
this?
No, fuck all that shit. I'm like second edition, like frickin' Warhammer. Boom.
Okay, so none of the
Well, see-
expanded universe.
Yeah, none of the bullshit, yes.
Well, that's all 30K stuff. The 30K story is great because it doesn't affect the 40K story because
Sure.
40K already happened.
10,000 years later?
Yeah.
All right, so for our viewing audience, we're gonna table this fucking discussion because after this session, we're doing D&D right now.
Some passion.
Schooling for next week when Melinda's not trying to sleep.
Okay, well, that's gonna be a discussion for after
Friday.
the session.
There you go.
Yes.
Or Saturday.
All right, so let's do this.
Yeah. Okay. So, any other discussions while you're aboard your chocobos?
No. Millie will swap out the 2 black feathers she has with the feather ornaments she already has. Just replace the feathers.
The chocobo that you're riding, like, turns its head and quays at you.
Give it some meat if it wants it. Dried meat.
It eats it.
Excellent.
It almost bites your hand.
Less excellent.
Yeah,
Okay.
and let the record show I'm very fucking tolerant.
Of 40K?
No, of other stuff, but we'll talk about that later.
Wow.
Yeah.
You seem very angry, Chris.
Oh, I am.
Is it a bad time to tell you that I like the Ultramarines?
No, because I love the Ultramarines. The Ultramarines are my jam.
I only like them because of their color.
But they were ruined in 30K. Okay, let's not start.
Okay.
I don't know. I've not read either. So
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, back to the D&D. What are we doing?
Eventually, the fog clears as you realize your chocobos are descending. Light snow is falling as you break through the clouds, and you land at the Steps of Faith, the entrance to Ishgard from the Kurthis Central Islands. As you touch down on the ground there, the birds allow you to dismount, and you see a sign pointing in a couple of directions. Pointing due west, you see a sign that says, "Beware, Behemoth's Dominion." Due east is Camp Dragonhead.
Sorry, it was east.
Mm-hmm. To the southeast is the Zemail Darkhold.
Same as spelling as the house.
Yes. DZEMAEL Darkhold. And out of character, Jess, I'm blanking on the name of the outpost directly south of Camp Dragonhead.
The observatory?
Well, the observatory... Is the entire thing called the observatory?
I know it has an observatory.
All the observatory.
Yeah, I
Or
know it's where you
something
do the
observatory.
Dragoon quests.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And then pointing directly north of you, an arrow pointing to the Holy See of Ishgard. You see a large gate with iron bars leading to a long bridge called the Steps of Faith. What are you doing?
Well, I guess we really aren't looking to detour, are we?
No.
Cross the bridge.
Gate then bridge or bridge then gate?
Gate, then bridge, and then gate.
So,
Make
I
for
guess
the gate.
we approach the first gate.
I was thinking we could all just maybe take a rest, like a little rest first.
I'm feeling great.
Ugh,
That is an excellent job, Kevin.
thank you. I don't know if I'll be able to lift my arms for the rest of the day.
Kevin, you're wearing armor that covers your arms, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You are in a tremendous amount of pain from flapping that entire time.
Perfect. I'd actually like to take 1 point of exhaustion.
Sure, I'm fine
Thank
with
you.
that. I was going to say that if you were able to see your bare arms, you would see the red marks that signify muscle strains.
Oh.
Like internal bleeding.
I don't got
Wow.
bare arms though. I just got my regular arms.
Yeah.
You should gain up, once he recovers, gain a permanent
Plus, Kevin,
inventory capacity.
I was going to say he has a +1 to any flight check.
I'll take it.
Yeah, you earned that. You gain the soul of the chocobo. That gives you +1 to any flight check.
Oh, achievement unlocked! Clap your arms all the way. That's funny.
You approach the gate, and though the guards there are initially wary of your group, they did see you arrive on chocobos wearing barding signifying Falcon's Nest. And so they do not impede you, and instead open the gate and allow you to pass over the bridge.
Cool.
Wordlessly, they say nothing to you.
Is this a floating bridge like Idleshire? Or
It's not a floating bridge,
Okay.
but you can't see the bottom. In fact, when you try to look down at the bottom, it's the same swirling maelstrom that I mentioned before. The void stretches out to here as well.
Does it look like getting... is it right next to Ishgard or just the bridge?
It's like all around Ishgard,
Like a moat?
kind of.
Cool.
Yeah. It's an interesting phenomenon. But as you're crossing over the bridge, you see overhead a dragonfly. It's grayish green in color. And as it flies over, it roars, shaking the bridge. And you see several of the soldiers stationed there shooting ballistas at it. All of which miss.
Do we understand the roar, or is it just a roar?
It's just a roar.
Just a roar. Real big?
Massive. The largest dragon you've ever seen.
For color comparison, were there any gray-green dragons we saw from whatever the name of that dragon place was by Idleshire?
The Dravania... Oh, Annex Shrine?
Yes.
You did not see anything that looked like this from Annex Shrine.
Sherwin, is it normal for dragons just to be like flying around
No.
here?
No, not at all.
Is that something we should be worried about?
Very worried. Very worried. We should not go further. We should go back and wait until they're finished taking care of the dragon.
Well,
It looks like it
Sherman's
flew away.
Yeah, while Sherman's having her little freak out, you can see that it has flown away.
If nothing else, I guess this means we should maybe pick up our pace a little bit.
We have to.
Well, you don't
Yeah,
need
we
to
were
flap
kinda
anymore,
dragging-
Kevin.
Hey.
Okay.
As long as we hurry, the dragon could have circled back.
You continue your passage across the steps of faith and reach the end where there's another gate which opens for you, leading in to Ishgard. What are you writing? Oh,
Nothing preparatory writing.
okay. As you walk through the gate, you are greeted by the sight of a shining city on a hill. Ishgard, while cold and snow-covered, is a castle built upon a city. It's a city that stacks on top of each other. And it's much like a mountain itself, with stairways leading up into the upper portions where the affluent live. The lower portions are very clearly crowded with the unhoused and the destitute. And there is a beautiful cathedral at the top, visible from wherever you are within Ishgard. Directly in front of you are steps leading up to a plaza with a large aetheryte, much like you saw in Ishgard.